Hello students, in today's video on parallel lines, we shall be using the properties of parallel lines to prove a well-known property of a triangle in the form of a theorem. The theorem states the sum of measures of all angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. You have learned and used this property in your lower classes. We shall be proving this particular theorem with the help of the properties of angles made by transversal of parallel lines. So let's start, students. According to this theorem, the given would be triangle ABC is any triangle. So let's have the triangle here. Now in this triangle, you have to prove that angle ABC, that is angle ABC plus angle ACB plus angle BAC is equal to 180 degrees. Now, in order to prove this, we will have to make a construction. Draw a line parallel to segment BC and passing through A on the line take points P and Q such that P dash A dash Q. So let's have the figure once again. This is the triangle ABC. Now we have to draw a line parallel to BC. So let's have the line parallel to BC. And on this line you have to take points P and points Q such that P dash A dash Q. So let's start writing the proof now. In the proof, we'll take line PQ. We have drawn line PQ parallel to line BC and segment AC is the transverse. Now what does this mean? Line PQ is parallel to line BC and AB is the transversal. Now when this happens, we know that these two angles, that is angle ABC and angle PAB, are forming alternate angles. So they will be equal because the lines are parallel. So let's write that statement. That means angle ABC is equal to angle PAB. Well, they are alternate angles. Now similarly, we'll write the next statement, that is line PQ parallel to line BC, and now we will take AC as the transversal, this one. Okay, so let's have it. Line PQ parallel to line BC, and now AC is the transversal. Now when the AC is the transversal, again we get pair of alternate angles. These are the pair of alternate angles. That is angle ACB, that is ACB, the blue angle, equal to angle QAC, the brown angle. They are again congruent because they are alternate angles. Okay. Now, in the next step, what we have to do is we have to add statements 1 and 2. So, I'm adding 1 and 2. We are going to add this. So, we will get angle ABC plus angle ACB is equal to angle PAB plus angle QAC. This statement, we will number it as 3. Now, in the next step, we have to, now out of this, we have got angle ABC and angle ACB. Now, we need the third angle, that is BAC, this angle. So what in the next step we have to do is we have to add angle BAC on both the sides of this. So see what will happen. Adding angle BAC to both the sides of 3, we will get angle ABC plus angle ACB plus angle BAC will be equal to angle PAB, the plus angle QAC plus angle BAC. That means to this step I have added BAC on both the sides. So this is what we get. So let us see this step in the figure. That is PAB plus QAC and plus BAC. Clear, student? Now in the next step, what am I going to do is I am going to just rearrange the terms. On rearranging, I will get angle PAB plus angle BAC plus angle QAC. So I have written PAB, that is this purple angle and the green angles together. The reason is because these two angles will form PAC. So in the next step, instead of these two steps, I will write angle PAC. Instead of these two angles, I will be writing PAC plus angle QAC. Okay? Because the two angles add up to PAC. So now PAC plus QAC, these two angles are forming a linear pair of angles. So this will be equal to 180 degrees because the angles in a linear pair. And therefore, we can say that angle ABC plus, that is angle ABC plus angle ACB plus angle BAC will be equal to 180 degrees. So let's write the final statement. Hope this is clear, students. And then we write the concluding statement, that is the sum of measures of all angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. You have to copy this entire proof in your notebooks. Now let us revise the properties of angles, the different types of angles that we have learned in the previous video. That is, we start with interior angles theorem and interior angle test. Let's understand the difference between the two. So we start with interior angles theorem. According to this theorem, if two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the interior angles on either side of the transversal are supplementary, which means if two lines are parallel, the interior angles will add up to 180 degrees. Here the lines are parallel and therefore the interior angles are supplementary. Clear? Now interior angle test will be the converse of this. Here lines were parallel, interior angles were supplementary. Now what will happen? Let's first have a look at the statement, then I shall explain to you what it means. If the interior angles on the same side of a transversal are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. That means here if the interior angles are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. So these two statements are converse of each other. Hope this is clear. Now we have interior angle theorem, interior angle test. If two lines are parallel, then the interior angles are supplementary. If interior angles are supplementary, lines are parallel. Okay. Now we'll go to the next type of angles. That is the corresponding angle theorem. So what will this theorem state? The corresponding angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measures. That means if two lines are parallel, then the corresponding angles are equal. What will be corresponding angles test? The converse, the opposite. That is, if one of the pairs of corresponding angle is congruent, then the lines are parallel. That means if corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. Here what was happening? If the corresponding angles are, if the lines are parallel, then the corresponding angles are equal. They are converse statements. Okay. Now let's go to the next type of angle, that is the alternate angle theorem. What will happen here? In this column, it will be the angles. If the lines are parallel, then the alternate angles will be of equal measure. See? The alternate angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measure. Hope this part is clear. What will be the converse? In this part, initial lines were parallel, alternate angles were equal. Now what will happen? Or if alternate angles are equal, then the lines will be parallel. So that we go as a alternate angles test. That is, if one of the pairs of alternate angles is congruent, then the lines are parallel. Now we'll have to be using all this to start with the next practice set, that is practice set 2.2. So let's start with practice set 2.2, the first question. In figure 2.18, y is equal to 108 degrees and x is equal to 71 degrees are the lines M and N parallel, justify. So let's have the figure, students. So x is this, y is this. What type of angles are they? They are interior angles because they are on the same side of the transversal in between lines M and N. So in order to prove that the lines are parallel, we'll have to find a relation between them. That is, these interior angles, if the sum of these two will be 180 degrees, it will be parallel. If it is not 180 degrees, it will not be parallel. So let's start with the solution. That is, x plus y will be equal to 71 degrees plus 108 degrees, which is equal to 179 degrees. That means it is not equal to 180 degrees. So we write this statement as the interior angles x and y are not supplementary, line M and line N are not parallel to each other. Clear, students? You have to copy this again in your notebook. Let's go to the next question. Second question. In figure 2.19, if angle A congruent to angle B, then prove that line L parallel to line M. So let's have the figure. Now, so we have to first write what is given. Angle A is congruent to angle B. And what you have to prove? Line L parallel to line M. Now, to start with the proof, Now here angle A and angle B, we don't have any such way, they are exterior alternate angles, but we need to prove it. Okay, so let's in order to prove this, we'll consider angle C as shown in the figure. Now in the figure there is no angle C, so we have to take that angle C. So this is where is angle C. So next statement we shall be writing what is given, angle A congruent to angle B, that is given. So angle A is, this is angle A and angle B is given. So we have written the first statement. Now next statement we shall be writing between angle A and angle C. We know that there is a relation. What type of angles they are? They are vertically opposite angles, you can see. So we write angle A congruent to angle C, vertically opposite angles. Okay, now from this statement we can say that angle A is congruent to C and angle A is congruent to B. That means I can say that angle B will be congruent to C. Correct? So I write angle B congruent to angle C from 2 and 4. But these are which type of angles, students? They are corresponding angles. So if the corresponding angles are equal, see, angle B and angle C are corresponding angles. So if the corresponding angles are equal, the lines will be parallel. Line M will be parallel to line M. So we write the statement, therefore line L parallel to line M, by which test corresponding angles test. Whenever we write line L parallel to line M, we have to write it as corresponding angles test. The test is for proving lines parallel. Okay, so and the final statement hence proved. Hope this is clear. Again you have to copy this in your book. Let's go to the next question. Question number 3. In figure 2.20, if angle A is congruent to angle B and angle X congruent to angle Y, then prove that line L parallel to line N. So let's have the figure. Okay, in this A is congruent to B and X is congruent to Y, you have to prove line L parallel to line N. So let's write given A congruent to B and angle X congruent to angle Y to prove that line L parallel to line N. Now in order to prove this, we'll start with the proof. We'll start with the given, that is angle A congruent to angle B. This is given. So let's have it marked in the figure, angle A. This is angle A and congruent to angle B. Now what type of angles are they? They are corresponding angles. So you know when the corresponding angles are equal, correct, we will get line L will be parallel to line M. Let's write it down. Line L parallel to line M by corresponding angles test. Clear, students? Hope this part is clear. Now we shall start with, they will take the next given, that is angle X congruent to angle Y. Let's mark it in the figure, angle X congruent to angle Y. Now what type of angles are they? They are corresponding angles. So they are alternate angles. They are alternate angles. So if the alternate angles are equal, we know that lines will be parallel. Line M will be parallel to line N by alternate angles test. So we write the statement, that is line M parallel to line N, alternate angles test. Now we know that in step number 2 and 4, in step number 2 what we are having? Line L and M are parallel. And in step number 4 what are we having? M and N are parallel. So we can conclude that the blue line will be parallel to the yellow line. That means I can write line L parallel to line N from 2 and 4. This is what we had to prove, students. So we have managed to prove it. Hope the proof is clear. Again, please copy it in your books. That's all for the day, children. Thank you.